Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Talking Bullion. Well, I made another purchase, found another resource. This is different from my usual constitutional silver resource. I found another person using the Letgo app that sold me some constitutional silver and a few other miscellaneous things for a great price. Constitutional silver I got under spot, and the American Silver Eagles I got for a pretty good price at the time, about $1.20 over spot. So I'm pretty happy about that. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so the original ad on Letgo was 8 quarters that were for sale, and she was asking $35 for them. And of course, in my below spot world, that's just too much. When I did the math, the spot price, melt price on them, spot price on them was about $21.50, a little over $21. So I sent her a message through the app and I said, hey, would you be willing to come down? Are you negotiable? She's like, yeah, I'll take $30 for them. And I responded, yeah, I appreciate that, but that wasn't really what I was looking for, so good luck in selling your quarters. And she came back and she said, well, how much are you willing to pay for them? I said, well, I generally buy, constitutional silver at spot or below, so I'd be looking for the same thing. So, I did the math. I went to the junksilverguide.com website and calculated it out, and I said, I'd be willing to pay you $20 for them. And that worked out, I think, to about $14 an ounce. And she said, okay, let's do it. I said, great. And she said, I've also got some dimes. I've got 15 dimes. What would you be willing to give me for those? I said, 15 dimes. I'd be willing to give you, about $15 for them. And of course, spot would have been, a little bit more than that. She's like, no, I've got somebody who's already offered me $25 for them. I said, well, great. If you can get $25 for it, do it. I would. She's like, okay, well, let's get together and, I'll sell you the quarters, and I've got a few other things if you want me to bring it along. I go, yeah, go ahead. Bring it along. We'll see what you got. So next day, she sends me a message through the app, and she says, hey, why don't you just come over to my house? We'll meet over at my house. And I messaged back, and I said, nope, I'm not going to meet you at your house. Let's meet at a public place. Let's meet at a public restaurant. And that's the way I want to do it. And she's like, yeah, okay, we'll do that. So we agreed to meet. She showed up. She had a whole tin can full of some change. A lot of it was just, some wheat pennies, 1964 nickels. But she had some peace dollars and some American Silver Eagles, and she had some clad Kennedys. It's kind of funny because most people think if your coin's a little bit old that it's worth a lot of money. And so I told her, even though I wasn't interested in a lot of stuff she had, that I'd go through her coin box with her. And I had Mrs. TB with me, so, she felt a little bit comfortable dealing with me. The lady was probably, maybe in her mid-80s or so. I mean, she's a nice, sharp, fun lady to be with. But I think that, if I would have been there by myself, she probably would have felt a little bit uncomfortable. And so Mrs. TB helped quite a bit in that. She went through coin by coin, pulling them out of there. So the first thing we talked about was the quarters. And there's 8 quarters in here, and we worked that deal out pretty quick. And I just pushed them aside and said, all right, we already know I'm going to give you $20 for that. And then she's like, well, what about the dimes? And I said, well, I told you I'm only going to be wanting to pay about $15 for the dimes. And she said, okay, we'll do $15 on the dimes. I said, okay. So I moved all the dimes aside and said, we got this, $35. She's like, okay. So then we continued to go through her stuff. You can see here I've got a 1900 Barber half dollars. That's kind of cool. And, a lot of dimes for Mercuries. There's some rosies in there. So I think she had a few more dimes still in her can. And then she had the American Silver Eagle. She had a really, really nicely toned American Silver Eagle. And I told her, she's like, oh, this is really nice. It's probably worth a lot of money. And I said, not necessarily. But, I would keep that. She said somebody had given it to her quite a while ago. I said, why don't you keep that one? That one's pretty nice. Nicely toned. Somebody gave it to you. But on these other Silver Eagles, she asked me, how much I give her for those. And I said, well, I could go to most of the bullion dealers and get it for $17 and some change. A little over $17 right now. So I'd be willing to give you $16 for them. And she's like, yeah, okay, I think I'd do $16 on the three of them, $16 each. So I did that, and we, talked about a few more things. And when she was done, I actually didn't really buy them exactly as I've got them grouped. We did the dimes and quarters moving aside. Then, she had these are actually all in Littleton plastic bags. I took them out, so we had two of them set aside that we had agreed on for $16, and then another deal came where it was like this and two dimes. So I was giving her a price on that. We were kind of just agreeing in little groups on what she wanted to sell, what she wanted to keep, and so as we agreed, we just kind of swept them aside and put them in the pile. So we agreed for this whole pot here. I paid $95, and then if you take the ASEs out, because I really don't like to use those to calculate my spot price, especially on constitutional, it worked out to about $14 an ounce. At the time, I think silver was $14.80 something, so it was a good deal. As I've been getting it for about $2.50 below spot, so I just felt like with the lady and who she was, and I wanted it to be win-win. I wanted a good deal, but I didn't need a great deal. I was fine with just getting a little bit off. So I think she was happy. She definitely walked away with $95 out of a can she had laying around, and I walked away with a little bit more constitutional silver and some American Silver Eagles, which is always cool to get for $16, especially BUs. I mean, these are in great shape. And as I was after I paid her, and as I was sweeping up all the money, throwing it in a bag, she took this large cent. She threw it over and said, go ahead and take that too. I said, wow, that's great. I mean, she had asked me originally how much it was worth, and I told her I really wasn't sure. I looked up, sitting there in the restaurant, I looked up eBay auctions, sold, completed sold auctions. They went anywhere from $7 to $100. So really it was about condition. And as you can see, I'm probably, at some point going to take it out of this, but you can see it's not in great condition. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great either. So she threw it in. I thought that was really nice of her. And I don't have a large cent, so it's pretty nice for my collection too. I still do like to collect some coins, even though I'm primarily a stacker right now. So yeah. So just want to show you guys that continue to check that Letgo app. There's some good stuff out there. There's some people that have some stuff that they're just trying to turn in some money, turn in some cash. And most of the time, I think like with this lady, somebody just left it to her. It really didn't cost her anything. So she makes some money. I continue to add to the stack, and it worked out well. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Try to encourage you that even though you get rejected almost every time you reach out to somebody on those apps, on Letgo or OfferUp is another one to keep an eye on, another app to use. Still just keep looking and keep asking. It's not going to hurt to ask. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy me sharing it with you. And if you haven't subscribed, why don't you go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and click that notification button as well so you get notified anytime I put out a video. And also, check out the 2 videos that just popped up. I've got some great content out there. I'm sure you'll love it. And always remember, let's keep talking bullion.